My name is Elizabeth Moreno, and I will be talking about the Roaring Twenties and the Great Depression. My table of contents is the new era of Wall Street, the economic booming, civil rights, social change, migration and immigration, mass media, and popular culture and fashion, and the Great Depression itself. The 1920s is known as the Roaring Twenties, a time to live while the economy grew and our cultural changed and the people created new advanced technology. The new era is talk about the new households appliances such as the refrigerator, vacuum cleaner, washer machine become more accessible to many. So how you know how most technology overgrew, like as us people grew, the technology itself it grew. It became more advanced, more helpful, and then also the American became more increased ability to credit the advertising industrial used the growing mass media, including radios, created consumers' interest. Radios itself became more popular electric device. The Wall Street and the economic booming, the new era, the new war. U.S. farmers encounter crisis, increase of food production to European allies caused oversupply, resulting in falling prices and reducing demand at the same time as income inequality separately rose during the 1920s, and the top one percentage of families taking 23.9% of income tax. As during the 1920s, the wealth became concentrated among small percentages of Americans, while many working middle-class family relied heavy on credit to afford new consumer goods. As production outspaced demand as a wage fails to keep up with prices. So as more people made more product, that means how the prices will reduce. But somehow us, we like we're Europeans, we will send most of our stuff, like our food, to them. So it was kind of hard for us US citizens to get some products. And then as the professor in the University of Maryland, the prices are falling, and in order to continue to survive, farmers will basically respond by planting even more crops. But the 1920s, never timing big change for women in the United States. Their work during the World War I helped push movement for women right to vote, and that led to the 19th Amendment being added on the Constitution in 1920. Constitution. After the war, many women stayed in their jobs, which gave even more many independence, especially cities. That also more women used birth control, which gave them more freedom in their personal lives. And the most image of the 1920s, the flappers, and the new kind of women who wear short hair, loose clothes, and smoked and drink in public. And then how's most men thinking about that's not woman enough, and they really criticize about how women were dressed, thinking about they were rebelling, not wanting to be housewives, and not responding to what the man needs. But in the idea of the 1920s, we were about fun, celebration, the hidden from important facts, like started the prohibition, which made it illegal to sell alcohol, even though people tried to hide it in alcohol. Still wouldn't use through illegal bars called speakeasies, and smugglers called bootlers, and how they will create underground bars. Immigration and migration. The Great Migration gave African Americans more chance for better jobs and education that helped spread their culture. But during 1920, the Ku Klux Klan made a comeback by attacking Black people, immigrants, Catholics, and Jews. The Immigration Act of 1924, which limited who could come to the U.S. and mostly let in from North Europe's and stopped from many from Asia and Southern and Eastern Europe's. These changes shows the big conflicts of the time between moving forward and holding back. Mass media population culture. In 1920, Americans entertainment went through by big change, making lively popular culture around movies and radios in Hollywood made people really like the silent films. Stars, especially like Latin lovers who became famous of all across the country. At the same time, radio technology improved and better microphones. The early radio stars like Jack Smith and Art Gillum helped spread the gentle singing styles, which influenced famous singers like Rudy Vale. The variety shows of radios including soap opera, mystery stories, comedy, and western made. So they made kind of basically any type of genre to make sure that everybody has their own thing. Fashion in 1920, the flappers fashion moved around the old-fashioned styles, embraced more youthful but boyish looks. Instead of tight corsets, women were using step-in shirts or like reach to the knees, loose dresses with lower waistlines that let them move freely. Actresses like Clara Bow, known as the It Girl, the most popular woman, who kind of like made people be their own self. Representing the new styles of both movies and real life, fashion started becoming more common for people from all classes. Adjust the wealth man fashions that also changed with shorter hair, slick back hair, raccoon coats, fedoras, neatly tailored suits showing off confidence and success, even in men clothing. The Great Depression started in 1920, and the stock market crashes and turned into the biggest economic troubles. The United States even faced many people lose their jobs and homes and money because banks and business networks stopped working. So technically, the banks were shutting down. There was no money, and how people were starting panicking since how banks ran out of money if that's the main goal of banks. Thank you, and thank you for watching.